Well, hello everyone. It is your friend CryptoFace, and just got back from a good little 3-4 day vacation. I want to say thank you to all of the new viewers, all the new people from the recent interview with Ivan on Tech. I'd like to thank all of the support I received. The comment section sure was fun, wasn't it? Boy, you can see why Joe Rogan says if you're a YouTuber, don't look at the YouTube comments. Maybe, I had a cup of coffee too much, but overall, it wasn't bad, and we got more likes than dislikes, and yeah, hopefully we're able to spread the word of joy. So, it is the first few hours back home, and I finally have some time to dig into today's chart. And it's our first time we're going to be deciphering with Market Cipher, so hopefully for all of the new people, old people, we can take a look at how I am seeing the market with Market Cipher and see what the chart tells us. So, first thing we're going to do, like always, is start with the higher time frames. I am looking at the 2-day. I have Market Cipher A and Market Cipher B pulled up currently. So what do I look at first, right? So I'm looking at the money flow. When it is thick green, grass is on the field, play ball. But we want to see where the money flow is headed. Right now, looks like it's heading down. We have a little triangle drawn here for a potential pattern. We just had the short inclination on the momentum algorithm. Looks like she has been and is playing out as expected. Our RSIs look like they are just pointing down, and they still have room to go. On Market Cipher B, the RSIs cannot go below 0. It's from 100 to 0 with the RSIs on Market Cipher B. So we are identifying our environment. So that's the 2-day, looking like money fly. The main thing that's important to me is this money flow. The money flow, this green and red wave that turns red, is like the spine, okay? It's like our backbone. We're looking, if it's going up, it's bullish. If it's going down, we want to be careful or quote-unquote bear. So let's go to the earlier time frame and go to the daily and see what we see. We see we had a little red X, which is obviously a bearish indication that the market's probably going to go down, which it looks like it did after this little red X. We see now that the money flow is definitely decreasing. So it's giving us a future look into the 2-day, right? So it's like, okay, is this going to keep going down? Well, on the daily, as of right now, it looks like it. We see the RSIs are doing the same. The volume weighted daily average, VWAP, which is this yellow wave, is also down. So it looks like we still have momentum going down. So this is bearish. We are playing out this divergence still right here on the daily, right? Boom. That marks the spot. So if you shorted on the daily somewhere in this day, you had from 12,175 down to 10,987, somewhere in here you could have shorted. If you did, you'd be looking pretty good. We passed the 0 line with the blue wave. Zoom in here. So it looks like it's still open. Momentum still looks like it's headed down on the daily. Candles looking thick. Wouldn't be surprised if this little triangle gets broken, right? But we'll see. Let's go ahead and go to the next time frame into the 12-hour. We always start with the larger time frames and work our way in. Money flow looks like it is continuing to go down. The white of the blue wave momentum is still open. Still looks like there's downward momentum, still bearish. Going into the next time frame in the 8 hour. The money flow is just crossing the 0 point. Looks like it's just about to start heading into the red on the 8 hour time frame. RSI is looking deep. Nothing really new here. Going to the 6 hour. On the 6 hour, we see we are just entering, just getting into the red. When the money flow is just entering the red, especially on a larger time frame, super bearish, super bearish. Most likely, it's going to, more times than not, it's not just going to stop here and go right back up. It's probably going to play out whether it goes down deep or even just dances a little bit. It would still be a weak money flow. If we look at past history, right? Well, when it's just entering on the 6 hour, when it's just entering from green to red, how long does it stay there, right? So I'm familiarizing myself with previous green waves, how big they are, and how long they last when they go down. These have been some pretty big green waves. Overall, just in recent history, they've been lasting. We can go ahead and measure it. We'll click from here to here. This went, let me make sure that's the correct. Okay, so going side to side, looks like about 55, 60 bars on that one when it just enters the red, right? And so I can kind of assume maybe it'll be something sort of similar, maybe not, whatever. It's entering into the red. Most likely, it's just getting started, right? My guess would be for at least, a good amount, maybe 20 bars, 20, 30 bars at least would be my assumption. This is an assumption. RSI is coming down here almost to the 0 point. So things are still bearish. Let's go to the 4 hour. Now, go ahead and delete this. On the 4 hour, we have our first green dot right here, our green diamond. I'm actually running I need to actually re-upload these indicators because they've been updated. Make sure you exit your Market Cipher A and Market Cipher B if you have not yet, and SR, and reopen them again for the updated version. Let me go ahead and go to Market Cipher A and get rid of the pivots. Here's the updated version. There's always going to be updates and whatnot. So, okay, anyways. So we have a 4 hour green dot here. Green dots signify a potential bottom, not a forever bottom. It's going up forever, but a bottom. So what I'm going to do is we're on the 4 hour. I'm going to look at previous green dots on the 4 hour, kind of see, well, what did they do? So just recently, we see we had one right here and one right here. We had snake eyes. Price went up pretty good. Money flow is just coming down. Money flow is still kind of very thin, so we don't really have too much of a bullish type of backbone. I would say we are weaker and more bearish right now. So I am not just longing because I see a green dot right here. I'm taking everything into consideration, especially the money flow right now. So we have a couple little mixed signals right here on the 4 hour, right? The RSIs are very low. They are in oversold territory. Money flows thin, so it is possible that we could be kind of coming to a temporary bottom here on the 4 hour on a lower time frame. But do not forget, on the higher time frames, overall, things are still bearish. Okay? So let's go to the 3 hour. Nothing really new here. We see we had a yellow X right here, yellow X's, for those of you that don't know, represent an irregularity in the order books, in the volume. Typically, this means that a big player entered the market. They're doing something. They're setting up a trap. Normally, most of the time, yellow X's mean careful, probably going to be a dump, as there was right here. We see this yellow X signed off. It went down a little bit. This one, it went down a lot. When I see yellow X's, I am cautious of longing especially. Okay, so let's go to the 2 hour. We see on the 2 hour, we are in the red on the money flow. So there is going to be sell pressure more than normal. We see we just had some yellow X's right here. We have 3 potential bottom indications. We had 3 right here, plus 2 X's. Kind of looks like it's doing the same thing almost. This could be a potential bottom in the shorter term. We're going to look at other time frames to find out. Quick motion, looking at the waves, right? The blue wave strategy. We had a blue wave anchor right here with 3 dots. Well, what happened on these next smaller blue waves? If you longed right here, you would have longed, we'll say 11,100 up to 11,386. Played around a little bit. Money flow was red, so I would have exercised with caution. Money flow looked like it was turning into the green. Perhaps you longed again. Well, if you longed off these 2 right here, we'll say, oh, at 11,300, you'd be looking pretty good overall, even in these unshort times. Just a quick note. Heck, even this one, what happened here? If you longed 11,263 or 11,386, went up a pretty good amount. What about these blue waves? These ones, this anchor's a little far back. It's a little far back. Money flow was decreasing. So if you entered in here, it didn't really do much. Actually went down a little bit. If you entered right here, went up a little bit. I would call this a foul ball. Not a losing trade, not really a big time winning trade either. When you're longing off of an anchor, you want it to be close. You don't really want to long. We're on the 2 hour too. This is kind of a far away anchor, and so the indication is not going to be as strong. After an anchor, the following blue wave, smaller blue wave, is going to be, your trigger for that anchor. You're probably not going to want to enter along on a wave that is farther, this far away on this type of time frame. Hopefully, I explained that simple enough for the majority of you to understand. These 2, both relatively close. I like drawing like a little gun. Like this is the handle, this is the trigger. You have your barrel, it shoots. This looks like this would be close enough. These would be 2 trigger waves. This is my anchor. This is too far away. I wouldn't have longed off this. But if you did, it was a foul ball, neutral trade, maybe slightly into the profit. Anyways, current market situation. So the 2 hour, we're seeing that we are probably forming an anchor right here. So I'm not really looking to enter along right here. What I'm kind of looking for is for this to maybe form and then look for my trigger wave. Potentially. We'll see what happens. Technically, actually, look at this. You see right here. This is actually technically a trigger wave. An anchor and a trigger wave can be on the same big blue wave. You have a longer one right here, a shorter one right here. If you entered your long in here somewhere, that puppy went up big time. big time. If you entered long, let's even say let it confirm. Even at the top at 10,237, this was your long entry at the very top. Heck, even if you let it confirm a little bit, and let's say you even got in at the very top up here, 10,600. You had quite a good long trade right here on the larger time frames. So let's go ahead and go into, we're on the 2 hour, let's go to the hour. Looking at the hour. See, we are deep in the red. Deep in the red. We are seeing yellow X's. Caution, caution, caution. When I'm seeing these yellow X's, I am not really jumping the gun too long. I would rather wait for a better indication unless I see, you know, something positive as far as longing on different time frames. So as far as the hourly, you know, it's red, caution, yellow X's. Let's see what else we got here on the lower time frames. Lower time frame, 45-minute. Potential. There could be a potential long right here. The money flow, redness, looks like she could be starting to turn around. This could be a bottom. It is thick. This is pretty thick. The RSIs are quite oversold. They are at the 0 line. So let's go ahead and take a peek. What do we do if we want to know more about the current time frame and what it's going to do? We go to the earlier time frame in front of it. So now we're on the 30-minute. So my question here on the 45, what I'm trying to find out is this money flow going to turn green? Is this going, are we at the bottom of the money flow? Is it going to go up into the green where we can potentially maybe capture a long within this type of time frame, right? And we can just imagine it, right? So we're in this pattern. So what we're hoping for is if it does something, like if it comes back up, right? Is this going to bounce off this trend line? That's what we're trying to figure out right now. Are we going to bounce off our triangle trend line and continue up here? That is the question we are trying to answer right now. Let's go to the 30-minute. Money flows going up. We have a smaller, we're having some divergences here. Blue wave triggers potentially. Now remember, we have these yellow X's right here. So some would ask, well, CryptoFace, this wave is smaller than this one. Should I long it, right? Well, not necessarily, because we have this yellow X right here. So that offsets it. The money flows fighting sideways right here. So I would not have long this. Am not longing at that point right here. But looks like we might be turning it around. Let's go to the 15-minute and see what that shows us. Now, looking at the 15-minute, money flow looks like it's still continuing back upwards. We do have a yellow X right here. Exercise of caution, but we've had a good few yellow X's. You know, eventually, a yellow X doesn't mean it's always going to go down. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 might be correct in that it's dumping, but the last one might not be. So there's actually hope that this is a bottom right here. On the 15, there is some hope. Let's go to the 10-minute. On the 10-minute, we're still in the red. We had a little blue wave crossing right here. You know, what I'm seeing right here is this could easily, it's not broken into the green. This could easily just come back down in the red. Let's go to the 5-minute. 5-minute, still, we're still in the 5-minute, not into the green. Still not into the green. Although, look at this. If you are scalping right now, so remember, larger time frames right now are bearish. But you can still, let's say if you longed this trigger, so we have an anchor right here, bunch of green dots, big blue wave, this is our anchor. We have a smaller wave. Even if you entered long here, you're actually in the positive. Let's say you waited for it to confirm on this candle. This is, let's say you got at the very top too, 10,068. Heck, you'd still be up. You know, that's a $200 move. Not bad. Even on the 5-minute, look, we have an anchor right here, smaller wave right here. What happened right here? Boom. You entered in somewhere from worst case scenario, 10.5 to 10.38. Big moves. These are big. This is on the 5-minute. We are swinging. Scalper's dream. If you're on the 5-minute, you are not looking to hold these trades. You're looking to get in and get right out. Get in, take your profit, get out, right? We have multiple little boom, boom, boom triggers. See how it's coming up? And then boom, that momentum pushed us up, and I'd probably look to exit right here. So if I entered longs 1, right here, boom, right here, 1, 2, 3, boom, I'd look to exit as soon as I get the indication that this was the top. So you would have entered somewhere in the 10,500s, let's say. The top indication went off at 10,660. So maybe it pulled a little $150 scalp move off the 5-minute, even when there's blood in the water. Okay? Now, up here, right? Well, what about these waves? Yellow X is coming off. Yellow X is coming off. Boom, look at these two yellow X's. Bang! That dumped. In this blood, I mean, obviously, when it's blood red, you might want to be looking to short instead of. What have the shorts been doing? Well, let's say you take this wave to this wave. Boom, that one was money. When there's yellow X's and deep in the red, you can absolutely short the tops. I talk about longs more often recently because the majority of people that are trading crypto, no matter what any nerd in the YouTube comments, any hater says, are more comfortable with longing than they are shorting. Just like with sports betting, when it's the Super Bowl, your average person loves betting the over on the total. They love seeing point scoring. I always bet the unders on Super Bowls most of the time because the average person wants to bet that there's going to be a bunch of points. And on the Super Bowl, the teams are playing hard and rough. They are normally lower scoring. So figure out what your strengths. If you think you can handle shorting and not flop and grope, go for it. If when it's in the red and it's time to short the tops, when the overall, the trend right now, overall longer periods of time, we're kind of taking a break. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be upswings and whatnot, but I don't know, this is looking a little suspicious, guys. I want to say something, some people call me crazy, on from the recent Ivan on Tech video. Yet I see these other people that aren't crazy saying that Bitcoin's going to be 100, 500K. So I tell you what, here's my prediction. Bitcoin will be in the 30,000s. The most bullish case for Bitcoin is by 2021, the 30,000s. Now, how do I come up with that? Really simple. Darn, wait, it's Brave. Here we go. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of Cipher 8 too. So here we go. This is the beginning of Bitcoin. And if we just kind of draw, we're on a logarithmic scale. if we just kind of draw an average line, if I can get my mouse to be smooth, it's running into stuff here, driving me nuts. Draw an average line. Right when I get to the important part, my mouse keeps running into something. Right? So here, drawing a few average lines on the logarithmic scale. Let's say we're in 2021. In 2021, we're looking at, you know, hell, even the same price we're at now, 13,000, 14,000. Most bullish case, 45, 30K. This is the truth. Call me crazy. But if you go back to the people that have been following this channel for the year and a half it's been around, we called the dump from December, but in August, months before it happened. They called me crazy then too. And so I know it's going to be a while for this prophecy, but this prophecy, I'm going to dedicate a video to this too. Here's your prophecy. The most bullish case for Bitcoin is 30Ks in 2021. 30Ks 2021. How? By just drawing the average lines here. Golly, this mouse is driving me nuts. You can do it yourself. Yeah, 30K Bitcoin 2021. There you go. So, here's what I'm looking for, how to play this market now, right? You're telling me all this stuff. Where's the juice? First off, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling anyone to follow my trades, whatever. These are just my opinions on what I'm thinking. What I am looking for is confirmation if we're going to bounce off of this line and potentially go up to the top of this triangle. That's it. I'm waiting to see if this puppy bounces off, and if Market Cipher gives me the confirmations that it is going to do so. We have potential. We are on the 4 hour, right? The money flow's been kind of thin for pretty close to kind of what it normally is. It is absolutely possible for this wave to curve off and for this price to go up. Of course, it's possible for it to break down. So if I'm looking along, if I'm looking too long, it's simple. I'm looking for confirmations for it to bounce off this line right now. You have kind of a nice place where you could, if you did long, you know, you can set a little stop loss or something down here. Or if this puppy's going to break down and go down further. Hopefully, you guys got a little bit of an indication of how I'm feeling, how I'm using Market Cipher myself right now. There's going to be more to come. Let's go ahead and shout out some of the people in the profit logs. Let's take a look, see at how some of our group members are doing, whether they're in our Whale Crew trade group where they follow what I'm doing, or Market Cipher. We're in the profit logs. CryptoFace, thank you. All started at 5x. Then when Foreign Green was able to up leverage, take money off the tape, build more decisions. Anyways, whatever. Oak Pirate, way to go, bro. Damn. Good job. Me Ray 19. Close for some profit. Good job. Really works. Check your environment. Good job. Yeah. Right on. I think that about does it for now. It's good to be back from vacation. We have, I believe we have another collaboration coming this week with Crypto Zombie. And should be fun. Thank you again to Ivan on Tech. It was fun. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. I really do care. I love what I do. And I'm not going to address any of the haters or anything like that right now, but I'm thinking about doing a video where we kind of have fun and go through all the comments. But you know, this stuff's for adults. It's more important to focus on. My followers don't like it when I give the haters their time. There's more important things to do. It's more important to help people put food on the table and better their lives and make more money than to address some nerds and that are hating on YouTube. So other than that, peace out. Thank you. God bless all you guys, and let's keep kicking some ass and being better versions of ourselves.